Have you ever wondered why so many people struggle to make it past their 80th or 90th birthday, while a rare group of men and women reach 100 and keep going, often without the crippling health problems we're all told to expect? The answer is not just about genetics or luck. In fact, most centenarians have one thing in common. They avoid a specific set of habits and choices that quietly destroy our bodies as we age, even though almost everyone else falls for them. If you're over 60 or even in your 70s, you might already feel the subtle warning signs: a little less energy, aches that last longer, brain fog that lingers, trouble sleeping, or just feeling older than your real age. But here's the part almost nobody tells you. What you're about to hear could literally add years to your life. I'll share the single most important tip at the end, so whatever you do, don't miss that part. Some of what I'll reveal might shock you, or even challenge what you've believed about aging for decades. Most people think that aging is just a downhill slide, something you can't control, but that's not the truth at all. The reality is, our everyday habits, not just our genes, are what shape our health in the long run. You can absolutely influence how your body and brain age, starting today. In fact, the world's healthiest 100-year-olds are living proof that real change is possible, no matter how late you start. If you've been frustrated by slow progress or think it's too late, you need to hear this. Before we go further, I want you to answer this in the comments. How old are you? And what's the biggest health challenge you're facing right now? I read every comment and reply personally. And if you hear something in this video that surprises you, type 1. If you disagree, type 0. Let's see who's really paying attention. Let's talk about the first thing you almost never see in people who reach 100. They never live their days sitting for hours at a time. Modern life trains us to park ourselves in front of the television, behind a desk, or in the same chair for most of the day. But 100-year-olds in places like Okinawa, Sardinia, and parts of South America are in constant gentle motion, not necessarily sweating at the gym, but always moving. Why does this matter so much for people over 60? Because prolonged sitting is now called the new smoking by some researchers. It literally shuts down your metabolism, slows circulation, increases blood sugar, and is strongly linked to heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. One study from Columbia University found that adults over 60 who sat for more than 10 hours a day had a 45% higher risk of early death compared to those who moved regularly. That is massive. So, how do you break the habit? Every hour, get up and move, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. Walk around the room, do a few gentle stretches, or march in place. Set a timer if you need to, but make this a non-negotiable rule. It sounds simple, but this tiny change adds up. And it's what the oldest, healthiest people have been doing all their lives, usually without even thinking about it. Here's another thing you almost never see among people who live to 100. They never obsess over processed, sugary snacks. Think of all the quick treats we reach for: pastries, cookies, crackers, sweetened drinks. Most centenarians grow up eating real whole foods, things you can pick, dig up, or recognize from a garden or farm. Why is this so critical? Because sugar and ultra-processed foods trigger inflammation all over the body, stiffen blood vessels, and wear down your immune system. They also make your joints ache and accelerate skin aging. According to a Harvard study, eating a diet high in processed foods raises the risk of developing diabetes and heart disease by nearly 50%. The fix? Swap out packaged snacks for fresh fruit, nuts, or plain yogurt. One simple recipe. Try a bowl of sliced apple with a spoonful of peanut butter. It's filling, stabilizes blood sugar, and supports gut health, which plays a bigger role in longevity than most people realize. You'll almost never catch a 100-year-old skipping social connection or isolating themselves for days or weeks at a time. In places with the world's highest concentration of centenarians, regular social interaction is just part of daily life. Why does this matter for people over 60? Because loneliness is a silent killer, raising the risk of early death even more than obesity or smoking, according to a landmark study from Brigham Young University. Chronic loneliness weakens the immune system, increases inflammation, and raises the chance of developing memory problems. The science is clear. Staying connected to friends, family, or even neighbors who wave hello can protect your heart, your brain, and your mood. Make a point to call someone every day, join a walking group, volunteer, or even just chat with a friendly cashier. If you struggle with shyness, start small. One conversation at a time is enough. People who make it to 100 almost never ignore their sleep. Poor sleep is not a badge of honor. Decades ago, experts believed seniors just needed less sleep. But new research shows that's not true at all. Older adults need at least 7 hours per night to allow their brains to clear out toxins, form memories, and repair damage. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to everything from high blood pressure to increased falls to faster cognitive decline. The solution is to set a simple bedtime routine. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Keep the room cool and dark, and stick to a regular schedule. Try a cup of warm, unsweetened herbal tea and gentle stretching to wind down. Imagine falling asleep peacefully and waking up feeling actually rested. It's more realistic than you think. There's something else you'll rarely see in centenarians. They never underestimate the power of sunlight and fresh air. Spending time outdoors is built into their routines, even if it's just tending a garden, taking a short walk, or sitting on a sunny porch. Sunlight triggers vitamin D production, which is vital for bone strength, immune health, and mood stability. Just 20 to 30 minutes outside, even on a cloudy day, can lift your energy and lower your risk of fractures, infections, and depression. If going outside is difficult, open a window and let the light in. A small potted plant by your chair can also help connect you with the rhythms of nature. Centenarians never stop learning or challenging their minds. The myth that you can't teach an old dog new tricks is completely false. The healthiest people over 100 are lifelong learners, picking up new skills, hobbies, or languages even in their 90s. Mental activity helps create new brain connections, slowing or even preventing dementia. Try something unfamiliar: a crossword puzzle, a new recipe, learning to play a musical instrument, or simply reading aloud. Even watching a documentary on a topic you know nothing about can keep your mind nimble and sharp. They also never ignore little warning signs in their bodies. The truth is, a surprising number of serious health problems in old age start with tiny, easy-to-overlook symptoms: a mild pain here, a slight swelling there, or a change in energy. But centenarians and their families are quick to notice changes and act on them. This proactive attitude makes a huge difference. Don't wait to see if it goes away. If you notice anything odd or new, write it down and bring it up at your next doctor's visit. Early detection is what lets your body bounce back, sometimes in ways that feel miraculous. Now, one of the most powerful secrets shared by people who reach 100 is that they never keep a grudge or nurse old anger. Emotional health is every bit as important as physical health, but it often gets ignored. Holding on to resentment, bitterness, or regret floods your body with stress hormones, raises blood pressure, and can actually trigger or worsen chronic illness. Centenarians tend to forgive, not just others, but themselves, and let go of what they can't change. If this feels hard, try a simple writing exercise. Every morning, jot down 3 things you're grateful for and 1 thing you're willing to forgive. Over time, your brain and body will both start to heal. Another thing you almost never see is excessive medication. Many older adults are told they need pill after pill for every new symptom, but centenarians are cautious about taking too many drugs. Of course, they use medicines when truly needed, but they also focus on diet, movement, and connection as their main tools for staying well. If you're taking several medications, ask your doctor if any are still necessary. Sometimes a review can uncover things you no longer need, reducing side effects and making you feel better day to day. So, what is the single biggest thing that people who live past 100 never do, and what can you start avoiding right now? They never give up on the belief that small daily choices matter. The real secret is not a single superfood, supplement, or expensive treatment. It's a mindset, the decision to keep trying, to adapt, and to invest in your own well-being every single day, no matter how old you are or how many setbacks you've faced. The oldest, healthiest people are not perfect. They have their aches and scars, their bad days and regrets, but they keep going. They choose curiosity over resignation, hope over helplessness, and connection over isolation. Let's review what we've covered. The biggest mistake is thinking that aging is just a downhill slide you can't change. In reality, your body and brain are still capable of healing, growing, and thriving, even after 60, 70, or 80 years. It's never too late to move more, eat better, reach out to someone, get some sunlight, sleep deeply, learn something new, forgive, or ask questions about your own health. Even the smallest change, repeated day after day, can add up to years of extra energy, strength, and joy. You are not alone in this. Millions of others are making these changes, one step at a time. If you found something helpful or surprising today, take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future video. Share this with a friend or family member who wants to stay healthy for years to come. And tell me in the comments, which tip surprised you most, or what habit are you ready to change first? What other topics do you want us to cover next? Your story could inspire someone else to keep going. Remember, every day is a new chance to start again, and your best years could still be ahead.